The following is a special CBC Arts presentation.
For the price of a dinner in this town, you can buy all the books. So buy the books and eat at home.
I've seen your flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She turned you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the
Live from Toronto, it's the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize, a celebration of the very best in Canadian literature, featuring the Book of Negroes author Lawrence Hill, acclaimed best-selling writer John Irving, best-selling poet and social media sensation Rupi Kaur, renowned author-broadcaster Thomas King, and last year's Scotiabank Giller Prize winner Madeleine Tien. Tonight, the stars of Canadian literature, stage and screen are here. Giller Prize winner Andre Alexis, directors Adam Agoyan and Patricia Rosmo, and CBC National News co-host Ian Hannamansing. Also Gordon Pinson, from Kim's Convenience, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, Peter Mansbridge, Rick Mercer, from CBC Arts, Amanda Paris, the host of CBC's Q, Tom Power. From CBC Radio 1's The Next Chapter, Sheila Rogers, and the host of CBC Radio 1's Writers and Company, Eleanor Wachtel. Also appearing, former Giller Prize winner Lynn Cody, and past Giller Prize winner, Senator David Adams Richards. Tonight, one of these 5 books will be chosen for the biggest prize in Canadian literature. Now, here's the host of the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize, author, actor, and comedian, Mary Walsh.
Hey! Hi! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so proud to be here tonight. Welcome to the Scotiabank Giller Prize. Let's have another big round of applause for the wonderful Misha, oh my goodness, I've stumbled on this so often. Misha Bruger-Gosman and her beautiful tribute to the Giller Prize founder, Jack Rabinowitz. Wasn't that? It was gorgeous. Jack loved Canadian literature, and we will always love him. Thank you, Jack. Let me just acknowledge the ancestral and traditional territories while we're standing here of the Mississaugas of the New Credit, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat, who are the original owners and custodians of the land on which we stand and sit. So here we are all together, the Canadian literati and the glitterati and the soon-to-be distraughty, those who won't be going home with the cash. Because tonight, for the 24th time, only one great Canadian author will go home with the Scotiabank Giller Prize. The winner also receives a 2-week writing residency in the Leighton Artist Studios at the Banff Centre for the Arts and Creativity and $100,000. I know, every year they'd announce the Giller, the short list, and I would be heartbroken because, once again, I hadn't made it. And then I'd have to realize that, of course, once again, I hadn't actually written the darn book. But this year, I wrote the book. And of course, again, I didn't make the short list, but what odds? I don't care, because at least I wrote the darn book, you know, which I actually quite boldly and brazenly handed out to members of the audience. Oh, look, there's one. Oh, I love him. I love you, Paul. Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, everybody. And is that Peter Mansbridge? Is that Peter? Oh my God, remember when you were reading the news that there seemed to be more good news out there then? Can you just say something for us, Peter? Just anything at all?
Good evening.
Oh, already I feel better. We've got a lot of politicians in the House. I saw a former Ontario NDP leader, a former Ontario Premier, and a former Liberal Party leader. And all of those, of course, were Bob Rae. The Prime Minister, sadly, couldn't be here tonight because we were, you know, tippy-top at capacity for Liberal elites. Tonight, for the first time, the Scotiabank Giller Prize is simultaneously live on CBC TV. We're streaming online at cbc.ca/books. And in case you'd rather not see how fabulous everybody looks, we're live on CBC Radio. Yep, it's a TV show about extraordinary books in hard copy that's on the radio and the internet. If the medium is indeed the message, by God, you're getting some really mixed messages here tonight. A couple of Canadian authors have really been in the news this year. Rupi Kaur's second book of poetry skyrocketed onto, skyrocketed onto all the bestseller lists, and the BBC named her one of the 100 most inspirational, innovative women in the world. Rupi used Instagram to make her life amazing. The rest of us use Instagram to make our lives look amazing. Margaret Atwood, of course, could not be here tonight. I mean, that's no surprise with the year she's had. The Handmaid's Tale was a big hit series. Alias Grace killed on the CBC. And I hear The Edible Woman just got picked up by the Food Network. Seriously. And of course, I want to take this moment to acknowledge our sponsors, beginning with Audible, the world's largest audiobook library. And we have to recognize Scotiabank. I mean, we're practically in the shadow of their huge tower. 68 stories, but kudos to Scotiabank for realizing that the building with the most stories and the best stories is the building we're in right here tonight. Because tonight is all about 5 great storytellers and their amazing books. Ed O'Loughlin, Minds of Winter. Michelle Winters for I Am a Truck. Eden Robinson for Son of a Trickster. Michael Redhill and Bellevue Square. And Rachel Cusk and her book, Transit. Good luck to all of you. And now, let's get to know these extraordinary storytellers a little bit better. Here to present our first finalist is someone who is no stranger to the Gillers. Last year, she walked away with the 2016 Scotiabank Giller Prize for her wonderful novel, Do Not Say We Have Nothing. And she's back tonight to present Michelle Winters' I Am a Truck. Please welcome Madeleine Tien.
I loved Michelle's raunchy, playful, and truly sublime novel, which begins with Agathe and Régent, 2 characters as joyful and tumultuous as a rock and roll anthem. Sex, reinvention, illicit cheesemaking, and a Chevy Silverado catapult us into a world of English, French, and mais oui, le chiac. A love story, a truck story. This is a devilishly beautiful work, subversive from first page to last. This is Michelle Winters' superb debut novel, I Am a Truck.
As the book was getting written, I was getting more and more fearless as I went, and I thought, yeah, that's the kind of title I want. Setting a book in New Brunswick and having the opportunity to use chiac and that whole culture was so exciting for me. Régent and Agathe, they're a couple who are deeply in love and have been together for 20 years when Régent goes missing one day. The thing that means the most to you in the world has just suddenly disappeared, and there's no ground beneath you, there's nothing solid in your life anymore. When I sit down to write, I can do anything. It's incredibly empowering. It doesn't frighten me at all. This is a book written for people who love to read books. You should be having a good time the whole time you're reading this. Anytime I listen to an album or see a visual artist or watch a film where they're giving me something completely unexpected, I feel intensely grateful. It's sort of a payback to them. The thing that I worked for a long, long time on has become an actual real entity. It's an absolute whirlwind. It's fantastic. It's the strangest thing that's ever happened to me. Did you know that Mark Bolan was so tiny you could fit him in a dollhouse? That's actually one of my favorite lines. That's interesting.
Please welcome to the stage Michelle Winters. I am a truck. Wow. And not just any truck, a Silverado, a truck that's known for style and performance, a truck that stands out, just like your book. Well, you have a full-time job as a technical writer. Are you going to give that up now that you're an author?
I'm told that there isn't a single author that ever quits their job.
Oh, so no.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right, congratulations, Michelle, on your nomination.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Debbie.
Thank you.
Now, we've only just begun our celebration, so don't go away. We will be right back.
Coming up, blockbuster author John Irving with second-time finalist Rachel Cusk on the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize.
The Scotiabank Giller Prize, brought to you by Scotiabank. You're richer than you think.
Where do we find the words? The almost words. The right words. How can they make us stop in our tracks and laugh? How do words inspire us to act? And how can fewer words sometimes move us more? You're richer than you think. Scotiabank.
I was wondering if an electric toothbrush really cleans better than a manual, and my hygienist says it does. But they're not all the same. Turns out they're really different. Who knew? I had no idea. So she said look for one that's shaped like a dental tool with a round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's rounded brush head surrounds each tooth to gently remove more plaque. And Oral-B cross-action is clinically proven to remove more plaque than Sonicare Diamond Clean.
My mouth feels so clean. I'll only use an Oral-B.
The #1 brand used by dentists worldwide. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Sometimes a cough gets in the way of a good night's sleep. That's when he needs Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub vapors start working instantly to soothe coughs so he can sleep. Vicks VapoRub. Good night, coughs.
In Pyeongchang we'll gather.
In Pyeongchang we gather. We can make together. We can make together.
Just Head & Shoulders. I thought it was just for, like, dandruff.
New Head & Shoulders cleans, protects, and moisturizes for unbelievably beautiful hair that's free of visible flakes. Head & Shoulders with the new Tri-Action formula.
Get the lowest prices of the year on Black Friday at PetSmart. Milk-Bone flavor snacks only $9.99. And save 50% on select Tidy Cats litter. Plus, check out our door crashers. And the first 25 customers get a free gift card.
So hurry into PetSmart for the love of pets.
So many reasons to love winter. Go find yours. Let's go enjoy winter.
can't make this any easier to watch. We can't make this any less awkward. Or this any more enjoyable. But we can make 4,400 prescription drugs free. New OHIP Plus is helping everyone under 25 get the prescriptions they need. All you need is a health card number. Learn more at ontario.ca/OHIP Plus.
It's that time of year again. Time to bundle up and get ready for Sounds of the Season. CBC Toronto's annual charity drive is back. For more information on how to give or to get one of these beauties, check out our website.
Welcome back, Misha Bruger-Gossman. Can you believe I got your name wrong? Oh, here we are, two girls from the East with big voices. You've got a new book out called Something is Always on Fire. We're wondering, is it a memoir or is it just a world fire map for the summer of 2017? Yeah, I know. Is it easier to find your voice as a singer or as a writer? I think it's unfair that you can do both, don't you?
Oh, no. Listen, the singing thing is easy compared to like spilling your guts on the page.
Really?
Oh, hands down. Oh. Hands down. And to all the writers in here, you all got guts. So thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you, Misha. And look, it's Giller Prize winner David Adams Richards. Oh, I'm sorry, Senator David Adams Richards. As if you didn't have enough names already. I mean, give the man a hyphen for God's sake. Now, David, what is more difficult, being a senator or getting a book published in Canada?
I was astounded by both, to tell the truth. I had no idea I'd get published, and I was completely flabbergasted that they chose me for the Senate.
But is one thing easier than the other?
I haven't decided yet. I have to be there for a while.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thanks, David. Our next Giller Prize finalist book is set in London, England, where the expat author now lives. Here to introduce our next finalist is one of the greatest writers, well, one of the greatest writers, full stop. You've read his best-selling books, and you've seen the wonderful movie adaptations. It's an honor to have with us tonight, presenting Rachel Cusk's Transit, John Irving.
A writer at a writer's festival is kissed and groped by the festival chair, who tells her she is like a teenager. This is meant as a compliment. Children are abused at an adult dinner party where the dysfunction of the grown-ups is surgically exposed. This is Transit, the second novel in Rachel Cusk's incisive trilogy.
Life is chaotic and difficult and testing. It took me a very long time to learn how to write calmly and without stress and suspense and all of the things that narrative tends to really rely on. Well, it's really about issues of midlife, the parts of life when you've been living in possibly conventional structures, marriage, family life, and those things fall apart or fail. And it's really sort of what happens then. That really sort of describes her in the best way as an absence, a sort of invisible person, or a person who's become someone who listens rather than talks. It was sort of challenging to have her so exposed and yet not. Things happen concretely in front of your eyes without explanation and without humans necessarily understanding each other's points of view or what's happening in each other's minds. To me, that's what reading is. It's an adventure in reflection and self-examination, I guess. It's not what it is for everybody, but it is for me. trying to communicate something, and part of communicating it is it being received by somebody else. That's success for me, to feel that I've written something in a way that, on my own, that someone reading it on their own can truly receive and identify with. One day he'll leave, and the thought has occurred to me that I'll probably miss him, that the place might feel empty, where before it felt complete.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rachel Cusk. Rachel, you've been getting fabulous reviews everywhere. As a writer, what part of those reviews do you take away with you?
Oh, Lord, what a thought. Well, I suppose feeling, well, people getting my jokes, that's always good.
That's always good, yeah.
Being understood.
Yes.
Being, I suppose, seen in a context, in a literary context, because I'm trying to do something new, and I don't want it to be treated as if I've made stuff up or tried to reinvent the wheel. I'm trying to develop something.
Are saying that, aren't they? I mean, they're talking about what you're doing that's extraordinary and you know, taking chances and going somewhere that. Yeah, so congratulations, congratulations, Rachel. Well, the excitement is building, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I'm going to take your arm then.
Coming up, Canada's own Lawrence Hill and two-time Giller Prize finalist Michael Redhill on the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize.
On an all-new Murdoch.
Are we in danger?
Posing as an artist.
I think I could learn from you all.
You must remain on this case. You're my best chance.
Exposes more than the truth.
Paint me, Thomas.
An all-new Murdoch returns Monday, December 4th on CBC.
This hour has 22 minutes. Tuesdays at 8:30 on CBC.
Intelligent emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Available on our most popular models. The Nissan Black Friday sales event. Get an additional $500 Black Friday cash on select models. That's up to $5,500 standard rate finance cash. Star Wars: The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
What do you think about toothpaste?
Honestly, I think they're all fairly similar. Toothpaste is toothpaste. That's exactly what I thought.
You tried new Crest Pro Health. Now what do you think?
I think with this toothpaste, my mouth is cleaner.
I actually really like the texture. And it makes me feel like my entire mouth is getting clean.
My teeth feel healthier.
Crest's active ingredients build the health of your mouth in these areas dentists check most.
My teeth felt... I found something I like.
Now would you buy Crest?
I'm going Crest. Absolutely. Yeah.
Next time I'm at the store, I will definitely look for this toothpaste.
For all you are, for all you ever be, for all and everything you mean to me, I want to thank you.
And thank you means merci. 8 delicious varieties of European chocolate in one unique collection.
Here at Persil, the top-notch team of stain experts has performed over 10,000 stain evaluations to prove Persil delivers a premium clean.
We've made a new stain with wasabi and goji berries.
Make that 10,001.
Persil Pro Clean.
Sometimes a cough gets in the way of a good night's sleep. That's when he needs Vicks VapoRub. Vicks VapoRub vapors start working instantly to soothe coughs so he can sleep. Vicks VapoRub. Good night, coughs.
When you've got nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Here's Pepto-Bismol. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Did you know Nabob's bold and flavorful coffee pods are recyclable?
After cooling, just click, peel, and recycle. Nabob. Respect the bean.
J'avais dessiné sur le sable.
It's not just an SUV. It's an SUVW.
Volkswagen.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Marie Callender's Frozen Meals, proudly serving dishes you've loved 100 times before. Marie Callender's, unapologetically classic.
Welcome back. I'm here with this year's Giller Prize jurors, Andre Alexis, Anita Robert-Ami, Richard Beard, Nathan Englander, and Lynn Cody. They had to read 112 books. Tell me, Lynn, did mine crack the top 50 or? Oh, never mind. I don't even want to know. What is the secret sauce, though, behind picking the winning novel?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's actually easier in some ways to pick the winning novel from a group of 112 books than it would be for like 10 books, because there's something about just reading and reading and reading where the really original, really vivid voices just like pop up immediately as if there's a halo around them. And I think whenever those books arose, we were all kind of unanimous about them and indicating that's what they were.
Great. Thank you, Lynn. Well, thank you all for your service, and I guess now you can return to your lives and your loved ones. Let's have a big round of applause for our jury. Now, let me introduce a best-selling author to bring on our next finalist. He wrote the fabulous The Book of Negroes that won so many awards and was a hit miniseries on CBC. Can I say that the book was better? No? No, okay, I won't. Okay, I might like to host another thing again. And here to present Michael Redhill's Bellevue Square, please welcome Lawrence Hill.
I was instantly taken by Michael's funny, twisted book set in Toronto, where a bookstore owner, Jean, finds out she has a doppelganger in the neighborhood. As Jean looks for her double, she starts to fear for her life. Michael has a way of blending genres to draw you in, mess with your mind, and leave you unsettled in the best possible way. This is Michael Redhill's Bellevue Square.
I mean, we've all experienced that sensation that life has changed so suddenly. We have to readapt ourselves to new circumstances. So the book is about a woman who hears that she has a doppelganger in Bellevue Square, and she goes down there to investigate. Bellevue Square is a park in Toronto's Kensington Market. It's just such an incredible crossroads in the city. She has a bit of a checkered past in the sense that she suffered from some mental illness before she had her kids. But then things begin to come apart at the seams, and she begins to worry that maybe what she's seeing is an indication of what's happening in her mind. It doesn't satisfy me as an artist to go someplace and tie everything up. I want to leave the reader a little wrong-footed because it creates the opportunity to think about what you've been through as a reader. I'd like it to linger a little more. Well, yeah, I think that sanity is actually a sham. We maintain our sanity, I think, by maintaining close connections to other people who can keep reminding us of who we are. I do have emotional reactions to things that happen in my books when I'm writing them. To be part of an imaginary world for a period of time, I think, is very enlivening. My doppelganger problems began one afternoon in early April. I like that as a setup. That makes me want to read the next line, even though I wrote it.
welcome Michael Redhill. Michael, you also write under the pseudonym Inger Ash Wolf. If you win, how much of the money will she get?
Well, we share an agent. So Inger and my agent, or her agent, Ellen Levine, they're in conversations right now to figure out the percentages.
Right, right. Okay, so you won't be taking advantage of Inger.
I don't know. She may take advantage of me again.
Well, congratulations, Michael. Don't go away. We'll meet the last two finalists, and we're just minutes away from announcing the winner. So stay right there.
Coming up, renowned author broadcaster Thomas King with finalist Ethel Whitty, and Instagram's favorite poet Rupi Kaur and finalist Eden Robinson on the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize.
Where do we find the words? The almost words. The right words. How can they make us stop in our tracks and laugh? How do words inspire us to act? And how can fewer words sometimes move us more? You're richer than you think. Scotiabank.
When you've got nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Here's Pepto-Bismol. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Apparently, a lot of people don't know that Buckley's comes in a pill that provides effective pain and fever relief while fighting your other cold and flu symptoms. Thanks to those people, I have to wear this suit now. Buckley's Complete Liquid Gels. They exist, and they work.
Just Head and Shoulders. I thought it was just for like dandruff.
New Head & Shoulders cleans, protects, and moisturizes for unbelievably beautiful hair that's free of visible flakes. Head & Shoulders with a new Tri-Action formula.
I was wondering if an electric toothbrush really cleans better than a manual, and my hygienist says it does. But they're not all the same. Turns out they're really different. Who knew? I had no idea. So she said look for one that's shaped like a dental tool with a round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's rounded brush head surrounds each tooth to gently remove more plaque. And Oral-B cross-action is clinically proven to remove more plaque than Sonicare Diamond Clean.
My mouth feels so clean. I'll only use an Oral-B.
The #1 brand used by dentists worldwide. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Get your Ancestry DNA kit. Spit. Mail it in. Learn about you and the people and places that led to you. Go explore your roots. Take a walk through the past. Meet new relatives. And see how a place and its people are all a part of you. Ancestry DNA. Order your kit at ancestry.ca.
I'm never gonna be able to sleep with this cold. I'll take a sick day tomorrow.
On our daughter's birthday?
Moms don't take sick days. Moms take NyQuil Complete. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head so you can sleep with a cold medicine.
Get an early taste of the holidays with surprising Boursin cranberry and pepper.
Have you got a kiss for me? You better take a rain check on that. He's got lip fungus they ain't identified yet.
Holiday Like You Mean It on CBC.
On the next Frankie Drake Mysteries. Your trunk is leading the coppers straight to you. I think we found where Mr. Steele was murdered.
If you're hiding something else, you better come clean.
Are you onto something?
Maybe. How do you explain these?
Frankie Drake Mysteries. Tonight at 9 on CBC.
It's all things Canadian.
Perfect. Wow, look at that.
Vibrant colors.
Goodness me. I have goosebumps.
This is genius.
It sounds like so much fun.
The Great Canadian Baking Show. New episode Wednesday at 8 on CBC.
Puerto Rico, 2 months after Hurricane Maria. The situation is still devastating.
The kitchen, and this was their bathroom.
Joanna Remiliotis is on the ground with a first-hand look. Tonight on The National.
It's the LED! OMG!
What's this?
40 inches of highest definition.
Definition of what? Waste of money? We could make more donation to new immigrant families.
What about old immigrant families?
Well, welcome back. We're getting closer to announcing this year's winner. But first, I thought I want to put someone on the spot. Rick Mercer is here. Yeah, Rick took the day off from ranting and relentlessly risking his life in order to get a laugh. I just wanted to say, though, Rick, that on behalf of everyone, congratulations on your 15 wonderful seasons of the Rick Mercer Report. I can't wait to read your tell-all book, The Rick Mercer Report. We really are going to miss you, though. Okay, moving on. Here to present our next finalist is one of my very favorite authors. His book, The Inconvenient Indian, is an absolute must-read. He's been called Canada's Mark Twain, but I think it should be that Mark Twain is America's Thomas King. Presenting Ed O'Loughlin's Mines of Winter, please welcome Thomas King.
Two strangers meet by chance in the Arctic town of Inuvik, where they learn they're connected to one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of polar exploration. It's an extraordinary narrative that moves between the present and the past, a story steeped in history and family, a tale of Arctic secrets and frozen land. This is Ed O'Loughlin's Mines of Winter.
The great thing about mysteries is if you solve a mystery, it's not a mystery anymore. You know, if you just spell it out in black and white, then that's done. And that's not the kind of mystery I like. Faye and Nelson are two people who, for very different reasons, have winded up in Inuvik in the Northwest Territories on the Mackenzie Delta. So two of them who, are very incompatible people and don't really want to be hanging around together at all, get gradually forced together by circumstances. They discover that there are too many coincidences happening and that maybe they're on the same quest without realizing it. It's built around a real-life mystery, which I used to kind of hold the plot together, which was one of the navigational chronometers that was issued to the Franklin expedition was discovered a few years ago in one piece in working order in the UK. That survived through all that history between the disappearance of the Franklin expedition and the present day. There's a constant theme keeps on recurring in the book is mirages. Things that you think you see, you're almost sure you saw, but they kind of fade away. And I think life is, for me, a lot like that. We live in a world that can look very solid and then it can get very fuzzy around the edges. I think you have to daydream a lot when you're a writer. I think that's really part of the job description. And I think really writing what you're doing is just monetizing your daydreams. You don't know who's going to read the book or how it will go down, but if you're actually enjoying writing it, that's a sign that there's something good about it.
Please welcome Ed O'Loughlin. Ed, James Joyce went to Paris to write about Dublin. You've gone to Dublin to write about Canada's North. Maybe a new travel agent?
We did a swap deal.
What is it that intrigues you about Canada's North?
Well, when you look at the poles of the Earth, north and south, there's an optical illusion or a kind of trick of the light. It looks like they're not finished yet. There's white spaces. The world used to have lots of white spaces on the maps and lots of frontiers, and they're all gone now, but you can still pretend that there is still something up there we haven't discovered yet. And I feel like there is. It's still a frontier, and we need more frontiers.
Excellent. Thank you. Ed O'Loughlin, everyone. Congratulations, Ed. Thank you. to present the last of tonight's finalists. She is one of Canada's most exciting young artists, whose poetry is published in dozens of languages around the world and on Instagram. To present Eden Robinson's Son of a Trickster, ladies and gentlemen, Rupi Kaur.
I love Jared. He's the narrator of Son of a Trickster, and he's a burnt-out dope dealer living on BC's North Coast, caught between contemporary culture and First Nations mythology. His coming-of-age story made me laugh one minute and broke my heart the next. But overall, I found this book hopeful and transcendent. This is Eden Robinson's Son of a Trickster.
Son of a Trickster is a coming-of-age story with supernatural creatures and pot cookies. It's very BC. Originally, when it was a short story, it was just, the trickster goes to Vancouver. Once I hit 400 pages, I realized it wasn't a short story anymore. I drew on a lot of youth that I see that are dealing with families that are going through intergenerational trauma. What I don't think people see is how much they're trying to fix things in their family, in their communities, in the world, and that's what I wanted to bring to Jared. So Jared introduces people to the supernatural world that I'm familiar with. So the perception of Native people and Native artists has been, very serious and very somber. And, in my experience with my family and my community, we love to laugh. And that's what I want to bring to my writing. When I was driving through my community, one of the kids yelled at me, "I love your book!" And that is a moment I will treasure. In Son of a Trickster, I wanted someone to really go through the ringer and survive it. And you come out a different person. Underneath all the darkness, I think I am optimistic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eden Robinson. Eden, some people have been shocked by the language in your book, but
Were you shocked?
No. I thought the language was beautiful and evocative, and it made even the everyday moments in your book seem as magical as the magical moments. What I want to know is, how did you make effing and blinding and swearing sound so brilliant?
I found a character who makes swearing an art form.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations, Eden.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. We're just moments away from naming this year's Scotiabank Giller Prize winner, so don't go anywhere.
Coming up, the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize winner is announced.
The Scotiabank Giller Prize, brought to you by Scotiabank. You're richer than you think.
Where do we find the words? The almost words. The right words. How can they make us stop in our tracks and laugh? How do words inspire us to act? And how can fewer words sometimes move us more?
You're richer than you think. Scotiabank. Here at Persil, the top-notch team of stain experts has performed over 10,000 stain evaluations to prove Persil delivers a premium clean.
We've made a new stain with wasabi and goji berries.
Make that 10,001.
Persil Pro Clean.
What do you think about toothpaste?
Honestly, I think they're all fairly similar. Toothpaste is toothpaste. That's exactly what I thought.
You tried new Crest Pro Health. Now what do you think?
I think with this toothpaste, my mouth is cleaner.
I actually really like the texture. And it makes me feel like my entire mouth is getting clean.
My teeth feel healthier.
Crest's active ingredients build the health of your mouth in these areas dentists check most.
My teeth felt... I found something I like.
Now would you buy Crest?
I'm going Crest, absolutely, yeah.
Next time I'm at the store, I will definitely look for this toothpaste.
You built a sandcastle, but why let muscle pain stop you there? You've got Advil 12 Hour, just one pill for up to 12 hours of muscle pain relief. To build another sandcastle and a sand condo. 12 hours to build a whole sand street. Start a whole sand civilization. Because with the long-lasting pain relief of Advil 12 Hour, you decide when to stop. Conquer your day with the one-pill pain relief of Advil 12 Hour. Advil and go.
I'm never gonna be able to sleep with this cold. I'll take a sick day tomorrow.
On our daughter's birthday?
Moms don't take sick days. Moms take NyQuil Complete. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head so you can sleep with a cold medicine.
If you take medication, you may sometimes suffer from a dry mouth. That's why there's Biotine. And Biotine also comes in a handy spray, so you can moisturize your mouth anytime, anywhere. Biotine, for people who suffer from dry mouth.
Get the lowest prices of the year on Black Friday at PetSmart. Milk-Bone flavor snacks only $9.99. And save 50% on select Tidy Cats litter. Plus, check out our door crashers. And the first 25 customers get a free gift card.
So hurry into PetSmart, for the love of pets.
J'avais dessiné sur le sable.
It's not just an SUV. It's an SUVW. Volkswagen.
ProPlan BrightMind Adult 7 Plus promotes alertness and mental sharpness in dogs 7 and older.
The difference has been incredible. She's much more aware. She wants to learn things.
Purina ProPlan BrightMind, nutrition that performs.
On an all-new Murdoch.
Are we in danger?
Posing as an artist.
I think I could learn from you all. You must remain on this case. You're my best chance.
Exposes more than the truth.
Paint me, Thomas.
An all-new Murdoch returns Monday, December 4th on CBC.
How do you measure up? Statistically speaking, we'll peek behind the curtains of different Canadian families that represent the wide range of ways we live today. So, where will you fit in? The Stats of Life, a new series, Friday at 8:30 on CBC.
This week on the Mercer Report, ferrying sheep in Fairyland, Newfoundland and Labrador.
An all-new Rick Mercer Report, Tuesday at 8 on CBC.
All right, sheep lifting, now on CBC Sports.
We can go so much deeper. We have the talent to understand why a story unfolded the way it did. We're gonna really take people through the nitty-gritty.
Time to find out who goes home with the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize. One more hand, please, for our 5 finalists. Woo-hoo! Now, here to present this year's award, our Scotiabank Giller Prize Executive Director, Ilona Rabinovitz, and Scotiabank Chief Marketing Officer, John Doig.
Alana, congratulations on an exciting evening. Jack would be very proud.
Thank you, John. And before we announce the winner, in the immortal words of my dad, I know you've all been waiting for this. For the price of a meal in this town, you can get all 5 books. So, buy the books and eat at home.
And the 2017 Scotiabank Giller Prize goes to
Michael Redhill for his novel, Bellevue Square.
There it is.
Okay, they've told me I only have 45 minutes for my speech. I was about to read you the check. I've been telling a close friend of mine this fall that to judge by all the things that have been happening to me, that I must be in a coma. But if I am, you guys are too, so let's not all wake up from it. I have so many people to thank. Thank you so much to the Giller Prize and to everybody behind it, especially those who took us, all 5 of us, on our Between the Pages trip. And especially I want to thank the Giller Prize, the Scotiabank people who have made such a magnificent gesture of corporate citizenship. But I want to thank you, Ilana, because you carried on with such grace this year in the light of your father's passing, and you have much of your father's steel, and we all know that you will fill his shoes. The jury, you guys, you gave me such a huge boost just by longlisting me this year that this seems incredibly excessive, but thank you very much, all of you. I'm so grateful that 5 of my fellows found it fit to bring me up here. At Doubleday and Penguin Random House Canada, I have to thank my editor, Martha Kanya-Forsner, who was with me the entire way. I want to thank Kristen Cochran and Amy Black and Kiara Kent and Ashley Dunn, who just moved mountains and miracles. Thank you, guys. I would not be a writer without the Arts Councils of Canada, Ontario, and Toronto. I would not be a writer without Ellen Levine, who's been my agent and champion of 20 years. I wouldn't be a writer without Michael Helm, or Kevin Connolly, or Jill Adamson, or Ken Babstock, or Stephen Knighton. Thank you all for seeing me through. And over 30 years ago, Michael Ondaatje and Linda Spalding opened their door to me, and they took me in so many ways, and I'm grateful for the enthusiasm and encouragement they've brought to my life. I love you both. You guys are worried this is going to get really moist, aren't you? Okay, so the people in my life who have to live with a writer, thank you for accepting me for the deranged person that I am. To my sons, Benjamin and Maxim, especially you, and to my siblings, Mark and Danielle, who watched me. And thank you tonight to the belle of the ball, Amanda, who's been so much fun to be with on this crazy ride. And I want to thank my parents, especially and signally my mother, who is here with me tonight. She is what my grandparents' generation called a git in the shuma, a good soul. Our house was full of books because of her, and because of her love of reading, I wanted to make her books. I think some of them have really freaked you out. but I know you're proud of me, and I'm very lucky to celebrate with you tonight. And those of you who have glasses, will you raise them to Jack? Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations, congratulations, Michael. Congratulations. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and congratulations again to all the shortlisted authors and the long-listed authors and those of us who weren't even listed at all. And let me just remind you that for the price of a dinner in Nunavut, you could buy all 112 of the eligible books. So go out and buy the books. Good night. Good night.